Guys, what is going on? And welcome back to VroomVroomDana. Your boy is out here on a Honda Africa Twin, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this thing is a beast. I've never rode one of these in my life before, and I've never came across like the opportunity to ride one. And as you guys may notice, things may look a little different, and I've been talking about it in previous videos. And your boy is in British Columbia, Canada. Voss Helmets was awesome enough to fly us all the way out here. You could tell from the scenery that it is absolutely beautiful. It is 6:58 in the morning right now. It's a little nipply, I'm gonna be honest. It's not like where I'm from, where it's 100 degrees at 9 a.m. in the morning. Had to throw on a little bit of a jacket, hop on the bike. We're actually riding to the Voss warehouse right now. That's where they're gonna be having this meet today. So we're gonna head down there. I hope to see some of you guys down there. It's gonna be an awesome time. I'm just excited to be on a different bike for a change. Something that, like, it's weird because everything's in kilometers out here in Canada, and maybe it's like kilometers where you guys are from, but from the US and from California where I'm at, it's all miles per hour, so everything is a little bit different. So I'm like, dang, I'm going like 100 miles per hour. It's like, no, you're going like 100 kilometers an hour, and I think that's like around 50 miles per hour, maybe 60 miles per hour. But it's a little different. This thing's a ton of fun, and today's gonna be an awesome day, and I hope you guys enjoy it just as much as I do. Is absolutely beautiful down here, or I should say British Columbia. I don't know if I could speak for all of California, but today was awesome, man. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of that footage. I got a lot of like I didn't do much talking because I wanted to like take it all in, take in the full experience. and it was so beautiful, and it's such a change from what I'm used to. And that ride was awesome, man. It was so sick, going through the trees and going by the river. I don't know, it's totally different for me, and I'm not used to being on a bike that actually goes like semi-fast, so it was awesome. I'm gonna be honest, these Africa Twins, they've got some power. They got a little bit of grunt. Hey. So funny, when we came over, it was like we flew from California to Bellingham, Washington. And so when we got to Washington, we were picked up by the president of Voss Helmets. Super awesome guy, man. The hospitality the whole entire crew from Voss has been showing it's amazing. I couldn't have asked for anything more. I mean, it went beyond my expectations, and I think it makes coming down here that much better. But I will say, when it came to crossing the border from America down into Canada, we had some problems. This thing, like, I don't know, it's weird. It has traction control even when traction control seems to be turned off, or maybe actually I think it just redlines super quick and I'm too high in the RPMs and it just cuts off the engine. It's like, nope, you're done. Like, the WR holds it and this one cuts you off from even doing that. It's good. Maybe it helps me from blowing up the motor. Anyways, what I was saying before I got a little sidetracked, basically when we got to the border, they straight up interrogated us, like, why we're coming to Canada. They're asking me what I'm doing here. I was like, well, I do YouTube, and Voss flew me out here. We're gonna go for a ride. And they're like, oh, you make YouTube videos? Like, what do you do? And then they're questioning us, and they actually take us to a separate, like, room at the border. We had to go park our car. They gave us this, like, pink little slip we had to give to the people at the border crossing, and they had to go interrogate us. Well, they take us to the separate room, right? And there's like this dude who's like, I don't know, he's pretty yoked. Like, he's a big guy. He's trying to be intimidating, which I understand. You're coming to their country. They're gonna want to know what the hell you're doing here, which is awesome, because everybody in the US knows if you try to go from like Mexico to California, they're like, all right, just come on through. Like, our borders in the United States, or maybe just California, are just fucked. Like, our whole border situation is the worst possible thing ever, and they need to do what Canada's doing, because they're doing shit right. This guy brings me and my buddy Jeff up to the desk or whatever, and he's totally asked me about YouTube. He's like, okay, like, what's your thing called? I was like, oh, it's VroomVroomDana. This fool's on his computer behind his desk. He types in VroomVroomDana on YouTube. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, the Pussy Squad. And then he's like, oh, what's this video right here? You wheeling around cops, you getting chased by cops, you're jumping in the dirt. They're like, you're gonna be doing this shit in Canada? He's straight up asked, he's like, are you gonna be doing all this hoodlum shit in Canada? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be doing any of that. I don't know what you're talking about. He interrogates us for like 15 minutes. He then talks to the owner or the president of Voss Helmets. He's asking him what I'm doing here, and it's like this 45-minute ordeal. I'm not even kidding you, 45 minutes. Yeah, anyways, 45 minutes later, they're finally like, all right, here's your passports. You're good to go. Get the hell out of our faces and don't do anything stupid in Canada. I was like, oh my God, man, I almost didn't even get across the border. I almost didn't even get a chance to go to Canada because they held us at the border. I say it feels great to be back on the WR450. So obviously your boy has returned from British Columbia, Canada, eh? Oh man, I had such a fun time down there. It was an absolute blast. The entire Voss family, everybody who's involved with Voss took just amazing care of me, and it was honestly amazing. I mean, I've never been to that part of Canada before. It was absolutely beautiful. They took me around. I wanted to have my tourist days. We did tourist days. I met some awesome fans down at the Voss headquarters when we did go down on that ride. So it was super awesome meeting you all. Sorry if we didn't get to talk or hang out as long as like we would have expected, but I was on a pretty tight schedule, but it was such a fun time. Hope I scared you all with the title a little bit. I hope you were like, well, no, what are you talking about? When I got on the Africa Twin that they supplied for me, which, don't get me wrong, that bike, like, I've always kind of looked at that bike and was like, why would anybody ride this thing? But once I was supplied with the Africa Twin, that thing's got some freaking torque. It's not a bike I would necessarily buy, but if somebody offered me to ride it again, I would say yes in a heartbeat. That thing was a ton of fun. That baby's got some speed on her, and she's got the torque to make her a fun little bike. And she actually wheelied pretty good. I had to be careful. I mean, I didn't want to wreck something that wasn't mine, so I had to kind of take it easy on her a little bit, but it was just an absolutely fun bike to ride. I was on it, I was like, oh man, I gotta trick everybody, and made them think that I traded in like the WR450 for an Africa Twin. Oh, imagine if I actually did that. Imagine if I was like, oh, you know what? We're selling the WR450. Your boy's getting an Africa Twin. I don't even know how the off-road vlogs would be. That thing is an absolute monster. At least double the weight of the WR450. I hope I got at least some of you, because when they supplied me with that bike, that was like the one thing I wanted to play a little prank on you guys with. Everybody I met out there in Canada, your boy's definitely gonna return one of these days. I had a awesome time. It was like I said, man, it's beautiful down there, awesome environment, and I will definitely be returning. I want to meet like everybody from around the world, you know. I want to go to Australia, I want to go to the UK or wherever you're all from. I want to visit those places, and hopefully with like the power of the Pussy Squad, we could make that happen. And I don't know, I think it'd just be a cool little like checklist thing to do, to go and visit a ton of you guys. We all hang out, we have a good time, and I don't know, maybe that's a possibility in the future. Anybody who wanted to show the love towards Voss also, man, there's always a link down in the bio. You'll see it. I wear the helmets all the time. Super awesome helmets. I mean, I've never had a problem with them. You guys know the hood rat shit we do and the headers we take with the helmets, so they're definitely solid helmets that won't break the bank. So feel free to head over there, pick up a new helmet if you're looking for one. Maybe you're looking for a one for the dual sport like one I wear, or maybe you're looking for a new MX helmet that you fell in like 300 times and you're like, you know what, I think it's time for something new. Guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up right there. You know, I didn't want to do anything too crazy. I just wanted to kind of share the Canadian experience with you guys, show you what was up, and what Canada's like if you've never been there before, especially that side like myself. So thank you so much for tuning in. You guys are amazing. I mean, the Pussy Squad makes things like this possible, and it really does mean the world to me. We are only like 25,000 people away, 25,000 wonderful members of the Pussy Squad away from 500,000. So that is absolutely insane. So thank you guys so much for everything. That is a VroomVroomDana. We are the Pussy Squad, and like always, man, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Deuces, my friends.
This is the anthem. Told the world I need everything and some. Yeah, 2 girls, that's a tandem. She gon' do it all for me when them bands come. Got it all, yeah, I'm young, rich, and handsome.